And welcome to the CAC40 update. Today is Saturday the 30th of August. I'd like to start this update basically with a small video. It's in French for those of you who understand it. It only lasts about 30 seconds and it's Montebourg farewell, shall we say, to his post within the French government. As you know, there's been a big reshuffle of the people in charge within the French government. Nevertheless, I personally don't think this is going to change much. It's equivalent to reorganizing the deck chairs on the Titanic as far as I'm concerned. But nevertheless, the video is quite interesting, especially the last final 30 seconds where he sums up the exact situation in a way that unpleases Valls, as you can see on his look during the video. Well, enough from me now, I'll just put that on.
Si j'avais à faire une phrase de fin, je dirais qu'il faut savoir quitter la scène quand on ne sait pas jouer plus longtemps la comédie. En tout cas, je me permettrai un conseil. Pour toi, la plus belle arme en politique, c'est la sincérité. Sache l'utiliser et tu verras, les autres te suivront. Bonne chance, Manu. Et vive le redressement productif de l'économie française. Vive la République et vive la France.
Well, basically, as mentioned before, this situation that they refer to is a situation that we've been able to see, as far as I'm concerned, on the CAC40. If we look at the chart we've got on the screen now, this is the daily chart of the CAC40. We've had all the way until mid-June of this year a strong upwards trend. The strong upwards trend that, as far as I'm concerned, was pumped artificially by big banking institutions, whereby, as most of you know, when you have got an upwards trend, you always observe big green candles and small red candles. Well, here we have something completely different. We've got a consecutive, quite a few consecutive small green candles, and every now and again you get the big red candles where you can see that the banking institutions have been just as if they were going to the cash withdrawal machine and taking money out, but making sure that they do not modify the course of the CAC40. As you can see here, if I draw the trend line, this has been observed perfectly well, even though we've had the huge red candles where you can see that they've respected all the time the trend line to make sure that institution, hedge funds and other investors made sure that they would observe a strong upwards trend on the CAC40. Nevertheless, if we have a look now what's happened, I mean, trees don't reach the sky, as everyone say. We've entered since June a downwards trend on the CAC40, a strong downwards trend, as you can see there. This downwards trend is represented by this yellow line that I've put here, and as you can see, the downwards trend has actually been broken. This was broken on the 25th of August, so beginning of last week. And as such here, we are actually now stuck between two strong resistance and support. Now it's going to be quite interesting to see what happens during the next few days on the CAC40. I'm a bit cautious and I can't actually see clear trades for the time being because obviously we've got two different scenarios that could happen, where we actually go down to this support, bounce back up here and then go up again, and that would actually confirm a head and shoulder pattern that is actually forming now with an objective of basically, you can see 300 points to the upside, so that's 4,700, taking us well above the previous highs that we've had here and confirming a new upwards trend. Personally, I really don't think this would happen, especially with the geopolitical tensions that we've got for the time being, the drastic figures in France, especially the increasing unemployment, amongst other things, obviously. So, I mean, what we'd have to have a look here is to see, personally, the CAC40 should fall back down to the 4,300 level, which is the support that we've got here. There might be a slight little bounce there, but in my opinion we should break this and go back into a downwards movement as such. there is nothing for the time being that would actually indicate that this would happen. There's no signals, clear signals on our chart. All we've got is a pulse that has fired along here. If we have a look at the weekly chart, nevertheless, on the weekly chart we have got an indication here of bearish divergences that you can actually see here that I'm underlining. Now these bearish divergences are validated and confirmed. Logically speaking, the objective of this first one would have been the level that we've reached of the 4,140. Nevertheless, these haven't reached their designated objective targets, which would actually be the 3,650 level roughly. This actually could confirm this movement that I was talking to you previously. If we go back to the daily chart, this is what I was saying to you here, where we'd actually come back to the support, break it, enter back into this trend line there, and basically confirm that this was just a false breakout caused by any reason possible. Nevertheless, as I said, geopolitical tensions, especially the situation between Russia and Ukraine, is definitely not helping, so this could actually force the course as mini crash to go back down to the levels that we'd seen before. If we have a look at the hourly chart, see if we've got any indication of weaknesses or strength. Well, basically here we have it. This is the hourly chart that we've got there. I'll just get rid of these lines in order not to impede our judgment. Well, we've got no bearish divergence at this stage up here, indicating that we've reached a kind of a top. The resistance is holding for the time being. Nevertheless, we've entered a pulse here. As you can see, we've got two red dots. These two red dots indicate that there's no volatility for the moment in the CAC40, but we're preparing for a big move. This is translated basically that the Keltner channels have entered the Bollinger Bands, and as such we should actually see a movement either firing to the upside, this is a pulse firing long, or firing to the downside with a pulse firing short. Now if we fire to the upside, what we will see basically is simply, go back to the daily chart, is simply where we are now, a breakout here direct above this resistance as such. I doubt this would happen. It's a lot more likely that the pulse will be firing short on the hourly, confirming that we'll at least be heading back to the resistance at the 4,280 odd level. At this stage there, this is where we're going to actually have to keep a close look on the CAC to see whether we actually break it back down or we bounce on it. As I said, personally, I do believe that we will be breaking it. I think this is the most sure scenario as such, and we will be waiting to take short positions at this stage there. On the 30-minute chart, if we have a bit of a closer look, well, it's basically the exact same thing that I was mentioning to you. There's no indication as such as where the course is going. 60-minute charts, well, this is what I was saying to you. I do believe that we will be heading back down to the 4,290 levels in the coming days, coming hours, possibly beginning of next week. And then we'll have to redo an analysis on this to see what the situation is as such. So I'm sorry I can't help you too much on the CAC40 now. Possibly stay tuned for an update within the next 2 or 3 days where we'll have a clearer picture of this. I hope this helps, and thank you very much.